Oh. Hello, I didn't know you'd come. But welcome to my first video. I apologize for using this voice. I was sick when I edited this video, so I had to improvise. By the way, my name is Sashidoge, but you can call me Sashi or Ken. Let's start our 5-star island tour of Paraiso. Let's start with my customs building. Much like any country, you have to go through customs first before you enter. That was the initial idea for my island. This was the first thing that I worked on after flattening my island. It was super fun and time consuming, considering the specific items you need to build it. To the right of the customs building stands the island hotel. I won't go inside because I never got the chance to design it, and it's not fully upgraded too, hence the generic design. I built a small lighthouse to the right to fill up the small protruding space out to the sea, since it felt like the island needs one to guide planes and ships out in the ocean. I made gates for my island using iron bars. It's just fun to open it up when you're playing alone. Sadly, you can't move them when there are visitors around. Moving on to the left side of the island, I built a couple of forced perspective buildings just to occupy space and create the illusion of a densely populated island. Below those buildings, where most of my unfinished progress lies, is a lion dog shrine. Have to pay my respects to it. Hop. Oh, look, it's Rooney, one of my residents. Just like earlier, more buildings to mimic a densely populated island. Don't mind my collection of unused flowers. I happen to have collected every single color from every flower, and now I don't know where I could use them, since majority of my island is nearly finished. I made this small island for a pizzeria. It's a level higher and the beach below just has this piano placed out randomly. In front of the pizzeria island is a small cozy spot to bask under the sun. Unfortunately, I didn't think that you couldn't fit through to get to sit down on the chair. House tour time. The core theme for my island is sort of an urban city built nearby an old castle, which is my house. I usually go to Pinterest to find designs for castles, and ended up mixing a few designs to make mine. Don't worry, I'll take better angles later. Since my island is urbanized, I decided to go for a more modern home design, using panels as makeshift doors to make the place look more dynamic. This is my living room. As you can see, it's nearly symmetrical. I thought of doing that since it's the center of the house. Don't mind the roaches. I had to time travel to March to get into spring. Oh. I squished it. This is my garden recreation room. The color palette for this one is the most unique inside the house, since it's more lighter and softer compared to the darker color palettes in the other rooms. This is my office and workshop. I originally thought of adding a computer desk setup, but by doing so there would be a total of 3 setups for the whole house. This is my bedroom / kitchen. I put them together, as if living in a small apartment to conserve space. I also use the new wallpaper from the winter update even though it's currently spring. My setup for work. Now I'll show you the unfinished parts of the house. And my studio. Oh, they're all squished. Let's continue the tour. This area is supposed to be a market, and the plot of land closest to the secret beach is where Ed's going to put up his fake art. The island campsite, where the islanders and tourists can come and camp nearby the castle grounds. There's also a tiny village above the campsite. Oh, Coco came to visit. Isn't she just so cute and creepy at the same time? I never got her to stay though, because she kept wanting to replace the villagers that I want to stay. Just as promised, I'm trying to take better angles of the castle. Here's a pizzeria. It's not well decorated, since the island it stands on is small. This area is supposed to be reserved for stores, until I stopped playing Animal Crossing for a month. This is Kurt's house and his sunken garden. We like to drink tea during our free time. Behind these buildings is a path leading to a secret picnic spot. There's a village in this sunken forest. They're really nice folks too. Fang's house and her small orchard. She's neighbors with Mott. The Able Sisters shop and Nook's cranny beside it. I placed them here so that I can easily close off other access to the rest of my island when I open it up for trading. I never got to finish this fish and tackle shop and most of my beaches because I still lack so much stuff and I eventually got bored of the game. Let's take a break from the tour and listen to Rooney singing for a bit. Wonderful performance. This is my design for the plaza. I've seen so many plaza designs in Pinterest, and it inspired me to create a sunken plaza surrounded by trees, cliffs and a waterfall. I nearly forgot to show this small area. I've designed this area to make it look like the heart of the island, where the museum and most of the shops are located. My museum design is compact and not as grand as the designs I saw in Pinterest, mainly because I'm running out of space to work with. these are more shops. I really like how I designed this one. They're great for small spaces too. Then there's the restaurant kiosk. I've originally made this design from my previous island. That concludes my island tour. Thank you for sticking around. I'll see you again when I start destroying my island, and make sure to like and subscribe for more videos.